Chapter 3 in the Further Maths book concerns itself with the mean, the median and standard distribution. And this particular question in exercise 3A, question 6, asks you to consider for which of the following variables might you question using the mean as a measure of the center of distribution and justify your selection. Now, using the mean means that, no pun intended, you are going to average things. Now, the problem is with using the mean that you have in some distributions what you'd call outliers. So to actually draw that, an outlier would be, if you imagine your graph, a nice distribution is one that goes like that, and then the mean, or the average, is in the middle, and also the median, which is the middle value, is in the middle. And that's what we like. However, what you can end up with is something like this, where the graph is heavily skewed at one end, so it could go that way, or perhaps it could go or it could go, for example, get my pen back, too far at the beginning. So in these exercises here, what you're being asked to do is say where you would use the mean. And so the trick is that it's always going to be something where the average is in the middle. So looking at A first of all, this is a life expectancy in Asia in years. Now a quick revision of box plots. Can we go back? And here we are. So a box plot has this sort of arrangement where you have the whisker, which is basically how far it stretches out in the maximum direction. You've got a whisker at this end, the minimum direction, and then you've got the box. Now this represents, it says there, the middle 50% of the scores, and the median is this line in the middle. So what we're looking for in something that works for calculating means is that the mean is in the middle. So let me just erase that. So in this first one here, we've got life expectancy in Asia. As you can see from the box plot, it's showing us that this whisker here says that there's a lot of values small, not so many big, and that the median is skewed to one end. So what this would mean is that the average is actually skewed towards one end. So that one's not a good one, and as the answer says, strongly negatively skewed distribution, too much in the negative. For B, if you look at the whiskers, they're about the same size, roughly, and that in the box, the median is right in the middle. So this will be a good example of using the mean, the average, because the average will be in the middle. So that's a good one. For C, now the other thing with box plots is that there's a representation of outliers. So in this diagram here, you draw the outliers as just little dots. They're so far away you pretty much don't want to have to worry about them, and that's a maximum and a minimum value. So as you can see here, there's a bunch of outliers at the maximum range, even though inside the box plot, the box itself, the median appears to be in the middle 50%. We've got these outliers. So what that will do is it will skew the distribution towards one end, and we don't want that. So, oops, just erase everything. So we like that one, we don't like that one, and we don't like that one. Okay, moving along. Now having a look at D. Again, if you look at the curve here, that it sort of goes more at the beginning and less at the end, which means that the average, the mean, would be down towards one end. So again, it's strongly influenced by the fact that you've got the distribution skewed towards one end, so not that one. For E, it's nearly the right shape, but we've got some outliers here, so again that will skew the mean towards one end, so that's not a good one. And then finally F follows a nice curve, doesn't show any outliers, and so yeah, the mean would be in the middle, so we would like that one.